Hello guys, and here I am back in Kerbal Space Program 2, and today we will be making a very scientific and important uh, unmanned mission to the Julian system. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So yeah, we're gonna be sending this little probe to Jool. We're gonna be sending it into Jool's atmosphere, and we're gonna try to find out what's below the atmosphere of Jool. Is there a surface? Is there no surface like most gas giants? We really don't know, so we really need to go investigate and find out what's hiding beneath the clouds of Jool. So here I am building the rocket. It's a pretty small rocket. It's actually pretty similar to the rocket I did for the Juno unmanned probe, but this time it's slightly larger. There we go. It's pretty simple. There's nothing really interesting. I did add fins. Now, one thing I do now in Kerbal Space Program 2 is I always add fins to my rockets because I just can't help but feel like the aerodynamic drag in Kerbal Space Program 2 is kind of weird. So I like to add fins to my rockets, like that they're more stable. Because sometimes, for some reason, the ship just starts spinning out of control midway in the atmosphere, and it just doesn't make much sense. And I decided to make the rocket green because Jool is green. And I decided to make the lower stage orange, though the upper stage is green and silver because Jool is green and silver. Jool isn't silver, but Jool is green. So yeah, and we're now gonna save. So why am I not oh yeah, I actually had to completely redo the ship because the game crashed and I lost the save. But then it just reappeared for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I completely rebuilt the rocket and then found out I didn't need to do that. But whatever. Here we are now saving. And let's now launch. If we're even gonna launch at this point. So here we go, launching. And unfortunately there was no countdown because a glitch happened. I don't know why. But here we are now launching. I sped the footage up because, yeah, that's always kind of laggy. And also, yeah, why not? And by the way, I actually filmed this mission whilst in patch 1. So a lot of bugs were fixed. Though there was another bug. Another bug appeared. We're gonna find out in just a second. So, I now deployed the fairing, and for some reason it keeps saying no comnet connection, so I had to deploy the antenna dish to get any connection. And that's weird, like I'm literally right above the KSC. Why do I have no connection? Like, excuse me, like, that's weird. Kerbal Space Program 2 devs, can you please change that, because that's really annoying. Like, come on, I'm right above the KSC. Like, I don't think I need a comnet antenna. Like, come on. But whatever, here we are now launching. We've separated. We're using the interplanetary stage now to get into orbit. And also, we've got way more than enough fuel because at the time I built the rocket before patch 1, so I didn't know if there were gonna be any glitches, so I really overbuilt everything. But in the end, I launched the mission and did the entire mission in patch 1. And why am I... What? Oh, okay, I think I saved and quick saved because... camera... There was something wrong with the camera, I think. I'm not sure. But we've now set Jool as our target, I think. Now we just need to... I'm trying to, like, focus our ship, but I'm unable to do so. There we go. And we will now be making a big maneuver node, about 2,000 meters per second. And that will probably be it in terms of fuel expenditure. Because, yeah, like, we're gonna basically be getting a... What's it called again? a crash trajectory into Jool because we want to go into the atmosphere. So yeah, we're not going to be circularizing. And here we are now doing the maneuver node. There we go. We are now burning towards Jool. And yep, here we go. And I love time warp. I love time warp when you use engines. Like now time warp, you can like have engines running and time warp not just 4 times, like more than that. Though also I feel like time warp in this game is also kind of limited. Like I'm literally not that close to a celestial body and I can't even time warp that much. So yeah, that's a time warp. I feel like it's a little bit limited. Like I'm in stable orbit, I should be allowed to do more time warp than what I can currently do. So yeah, I feel like time warp needs to be fixed a little bit, but yeah. So I'm now I'm doing mid-course correction burn to try to get a crash trajectory to get a collision course with Jool. And yeah, we're gonna be coming in very fast, so yeah. But of course, there's no re-entry heating yet, so it's fine. So the only thing slowing us down will be our parachutes and aerodynamic drag. And here we are now. Oop, I think... No, I didn't miss the burn. Let's now burn. And I'm trying to see my periapsis, but for some reason I can't see. Oh, yes! Now, yeah, I forgot to say. Now, in the new patch, you can actually see your orbit past a trajectory. You can see your orbit past a celestial body, which is... Thank you very much. Thank you very much, the devs. This was the game was like so much harder without being able to see your course towards a planet or moon. Now the game is much easier, and you can also now right-click your periapsis whilst making a maneuver node, which is thank you, the devs. I love you. This was amazing. The game is now so much easier than it was before. So now we're time warping towards the Julian gas giant, the largest planet in the Kerbal system. It seems to be green. I don't know why. It's a green gas giant. Here we are now coming down towards Jool. Are we gonna get into the atmosphere yet? I don't know. Oh, we're coming in close. Look at that. Jool looks so good in KSP 2. Like, this is amazing. I love it. And there's even like one of those ice storms. That's amazing. Thank you, dev teams, once again. And we are now coming down towards Jool. And oh, I'm gonna slow this down to real time, because we are now in the atmosphere. And you may be like, what's happening to the parts? Like, they're literally falling apart. And that's because I actually deployed the parachutes a little bit prematurely, which basically meant that we suddenly lost all our velocity, like extremely suddenly, which basically caused the probe to start breaking apart. So of course we've got very strong glue, but yep. So we are now in the atmosphere. The upper atmosphere is not very dense, not much atmospheric pressure. We can actually still see the outer layer. We can see into space, which is very interesting. And it seems like the upper atmosphere is apparently made of mostly hydrogen and helium. That's interesting. Hydrogen and helium. That's pretty much it for the upper atmosphere. We are now getting down to the middle atmosphere. As we decrease in altitude, it seems like the atmospheric pressure is getting stronger and stronger. Yeah, interesting. The gravitational pull is also very strong as we get down. I hope our ship won't get destroyed. We are coming down we are also coming down relatively slowly, which is why I cut some of the parachutes. The middle of the atmosphere is getting a little bit denser and thicker, and the atmospheric pressure is also higher than the upper atmosphere. It seems like that we still have a lot of helium and hydrogen, but also sparse amounts of methane and ammonia. Interesting. Our parachute seemed to have glitched out right there. I don't know what happened. But yeah, our cameras show some very, very thick clouds covering the entire surface. Wow. We're now getting close to the cloud layer. The cloud layer really is beautiful, but also extremely thick. As we get down, it seems like the cloud layers are mostly made up of hydrogen and helium, but also a lot of methane, but most importantly, mostly made up of hydrogen and, yeah, ammonia crystals, if you will. Our cameras are sort of getting a little bit weird. Anyways, the cloud layer is super thick and, yeah, made of ammonia crystals. Also, by the way, I had to pause my commentary because I got a delivery right when I was doing a commentary, which is very inconvenient. But anyways, we are slowly getting deeper and deeper, and seems like Jool has a surface. That's weird. I swear, Jool is a gas giant. Gas giants don't have surfaces. Like, what? Oh no. I think we're gonna have to completely rewrite all the theories of Jool. But we're getting closer to the surface. It really has a surface, a solid rocky surface. Let's see if maybe this is just a hallucination, but there's a shadow that's really proving that Jool isn't a gas giant. And we are landed on the surface. Apparently, Jool isn't a gas giant. Jool is just a very big, rocky planet with a very thick atmosphere, it seems. That's weird. Well, on the right hand side is a playlist, on the left hand side is a video for you, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye.